Welcome in to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Metallico, Ben Davis. We'll get to John Kruk in a second. This was ugly as this game went on. That 10th inning was, let's face it, the fans were over there booing. They let the Phillies have it in this one. Are you at all concerned? And I'm going to go back to last night and go to today. I feel like mechanically, technically, this team is falling apart a little bit.
I'm concerned with a lot of issues, and I know they had that 3-game winning streak going into Miami. After the All-Star break, they come out. The second half has not started in the Phillies' favor. Tonight was as sloppy as you could have played. 38,542, I think, were there tonight. I know there's a concert after the game tonight, but the fact that they had to witness that, it was tough. 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. It didn't go well, Ricky, and it's a big concern of mine because this offense, this whole year was predicated upon a great offense. This offense they've gone away. The offense has gone away as Bryce Harper has gone away. They stayed together as much as they could for a little bit of time, but when you take away a Bryce Harper, you take away a Gene Segura, it's not going to be an easy ride. I don't care who you have on your ball club, not going to be an easy ride. I'm not sticking up for these guys. I think you look at tonight's game, there were plenty of hittable pitches in this game for the Phillies offense. I agree. And they came up empty. We're going to head over to John Kruk and go to the crossover. What's up, Krucky?
Well, you guys pretty much hit everything. You know, the offense was not very good. They missed a lot of hittable pitches, and other than that, it was just basically a pretty ugly ball game.
It got really ugly in that 10th inning, and we've heard from the beginning of the season, this defense is going to come back and haunt you. And do you feel that way right now? I mean, with these first 2 games of the second half?
Yeah, oh man, tonight was just ugly, and that 10th inning was just nothing went right for the Phillies as far as defense goes in that inning. Though I want to believe that the way they were playing up to these last 2 games, Bohm was better, Didi's range has been better than it was last year. His arm strength seems to be better than it was last year. Stott has made great improvements at second base. So I firmly want to believe that these first 2 games after the All-Star break have been, one of those things that, okay, this happens, and hopefully tomorrow at noon tomorrow, they can clean this up at noon.
Johnny,
I think I got the hint. But
I think we got the hint. They play at noon tomorrow. Look at this offense. Are you concerned with the approach? Because the approach to me is why they're not having success offensively. Do they realize they still get 3 strikes?
Well, I always thought that if you had 3 strikes, that means you get 3 swings. But yeah, it just seems like I don't know if they're guessing wrong and it looks bad, or the pitchers on the other team are pitching against all the information that the hitters have with percentage of when they're throwing pitches in certain counts. I don't know. But there just seems to be a lot of takes. And, look, the strike zone was a little different tonight. You didn't know what was a strike and what was going to be called a strike and what was going to be called a ball. But if you're in a situation like that as a hitter and you know that the home plate umpires has been inconsistent, you got to swing. I mean, you got to start swinging, and you might have to chase out of the zone because you're afraid that it's going to be called a strike. I read an article once where a guy says, look, I don't care if the umpire misses calls. If it's not in the strike zone, I'm not swinging at it. Sometimes you have to. If he's going to call them strikes, you got to swing at them. Can't just say, okay, I'm going to take my strikeout and go back to dugout because I'm disciplined. Discipline my butt. Swing. You got to swing.
John, what is your level of concern with the bullpen right now? Obviously, Alvarado did not look good in this one. Bilotti didn't look great. Hand looked shaky. What are your thoughts on the bullpen right now?
Well, I'm hoping it's just a one-day thing. Last night was, whatever. Stubbs gave up 5 of those runs, but so you can't fault really the bullpen for that. But I think that the arms are out there to get the job done, and they have been getting the job done. Tonight was just one of those, look, if Bohm makes a good throw to home with Morel coming in, probably out. So that's 2 outs. He makes that other play, the ground ball that got past him, it's 3 outs. They might score 2 runs that inning instead of 5. Or, 5. So, if they made the plays tonight, the bullpen would have looked great. But they didn't make the plays, and it makes the bullpen have to work extra hard. And, what sucks is tomorrow you might not have Alvarado for tomorrow.
Last one for me, Johnny. We'll make this real quick. I just got to know, are you going with a Windsor knot tomorrow, or what kind of knot we going with the tie?
A what?
Feel better, buddy.
A Windsor what?
Don't worry, I'm with you, Crucky. I'm not really sure.
But you know what that is? That's that Malvern Preparatory School for Boys. They probably had to wear ties every day, so they know what a not Windsor thing is. I don't know. You know.
Feel better, buddy. Go on, get out of here.
Take it easy, Crucky.
Now.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for joining.
I hope I strangle myself with a Windsor knot.
I'm trying to get him out of here so he could go home, and he doesn't want to leave.
Thanks,
I
Johnny.
gotta go. Love you guys. Bye.
Appreciate it. We are going to hear from Rob Thomson right now.
It's got to be frustrating to come back and not score any runs.
Yeah, we gotta get the bats going for sure, and a little bit of a missed opportunity the first couple of games here, and we just got to show up tomorrow and get after it again.
Anything you can do as a skipper to get the bats going? Would you consider tinkering with the lineup?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it after, but we got some ideas, but we'll look at it.
Outside of the 10-run game in Miami, it's kind of been a struggle offensively since the start of that road trip. I mean, what do you see as the issue, and do you think you're really starting to maybe miss those guys that are out?
Well, I think whenever you're not swinging the bats, guys want to do too much at times, And I think we're going through some of that right now. We've left a lot of guys in scoring position lately, and we just got to relax and get the ball in the zone and use the field and do what we do best. So we just got to get back to that.
Just not get in front of that ball in the 10th.
Yeah, I think so. There were the 2 balls. The ball down the line, that was a tough play. And he did everything he could to get there, but I think the ball to his glove side, Alec would probably say I should have made that play. And he's made that play plenty of times. And he's been playing great lately. And even the play in the 10th, the chopper to third where he came to the plate, it was actually a good play. He just pulled the throw a little bit to JT's throwing side. So, I think normally he makes that play.
If that throw's a little lower, do you think he gets that runner?
At the plate? Yeah, I think it was just JT's backhand side a little bit.
He's been through this before. Do you say anything to him after having a rough inning like that?
No, I think he's over all that. I really do. I think he's confident defender now, and I mean, everybody makes mistakes every once in a while, but I think he's confident. He works at it. He's really played well lately, so I think he's fine.
To get him to that point where he cuts that grounder off, is it just repetitive work, infield practice, that it comes instinctively to him rather than maybe thinking about it?
Yeah, and I think he probably thought the ball was going to come up on him a little bit, so and it didn't. So if it is repetitive work, he works at it every day. So,
You mentioned before the game.
Rob Thomson, post-game reaction. Any thoughts?
All the stuff we saw in the ball game, I mean, he's open and honest about it, and he said, well, you ask the players, yeah, they'll be the first one to tell you they should have made that play. He was very honest. We saw the ball game. Our eyes don't lie to us. That's the way it went tonight. It just was a sloppy game. He mentioned the runners in scoring position and how they need to get the bats going. It's obvious.
And he said he might mix it up, which to me could be a good thing right now.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a couple guys. I know they're just coming off the All-Star break, but I think he might see a couple guys out of there.
Shake it up a little bit in the clubhouse, huh?
I think you have to. I mean, you look at the results they've had the last 2 games offensively. Why wouldn't you shake it up?
The offense looks anemic.
Yeah.